Megan and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I've got 4 easy and super yummy recipes to share with you for the upcoming holidays. This would be great for Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, family movie nights, any occasion. Today's video is also part of a collab between myself and Danielle from Cookies and Bacon. I will have a link to her channel in the description box below. As soon as you're done watching my video, make sure you head over to her channel, let her know that I sent you, and show her some love. All right, let's get into these recipes. First up, I'm making prosciutto and melon skewers. If you are short on time or not big in the kitchen, maybe cooking is not really your thing, you're not super comfortable, this is perfect. There's no cooking and it's really easy. You just need 4 ingredients. What I've got here is some cantaloupe. Now I made it easy on myself and just bought the already cut from the grocery store, but you could of course cut your own. We're going to need some prosciutto, fresh basil leaves, and then balsamic glaze. You can make your own glaze. I like this glaze from Trader Joe's. All right, let me show you how to assemble these. First, you're going to need something to skewer everything on. I'm using these little mini bamboo skewers. You could use cocktail picks, toothpicks, whatever you've got on hand. I'm going to add a piece of cantaloupe and then take a piece of prosciutto that I'm going to fold up, lay that, or rather push that onto the skewer. Next, I'm going to add a piece of basil, and then that's it. You're just going to make as many of these as you need for your, party or your guests that you're having over. And we're going to lay those out on a serving tray and then drizzle some of that balsamic glaze over it, and that's it. These are so yummy, so fresh tasting. The balsamic with the prosciutto and the cantaloupe is just delicious. So I recommend you all give these a try. Super quick and easy appetizer, and it looks kind of fancy as well. My husband Gary loves shrimp cocktail. I like it too, but he just adores it. And when I saw this recipe on Pinterest, I knew I wanted to give it a try. Now, there are a couple different steps to this recipe, but they're super, super easy. And again, no cooking with this one either. So let me show you how to put this together. First, for the cream cheese layer for the dip, here are the ingredients we're going to use. And a quick note, I did have the recipe. We've got some cream cheese, fresh lemon juice. You could also use the bottled too. Some minced garlic, Worcestershire sauce, and grated onion. To a mixing bowl, I'm going to add in my softened cream cheese. And if you forget to set it out, no worries. Just take it out of the foil, place it in your bowl, and pop it into the microwave on defrost for just about 7 to 10 seconds, and it will soften right up for you. Once I've got the cream cheese in there, I'm going to add in the Worcestershire sauce, the minced garlic, the lemon juice, and then I'm going to grate some of that onion in there and give it a really, really good mix. Now, whenever I try a new recipe, what I typically try to do is look on Pinterest or YouTube or the internet and find similar recipes to see how other people make it. And as I was looking at other recipes for this, I was reading that I guess this was pretty popular like back in the 70s, which was a little bit before my time, not by much. But some of you may recognize this, maybe your parents, grandparents, or maybe you used to make it. All right, once I've got the cream cheese mixed up really well, I'm going to lay it out. You want to use kind of a shallow serving dish. Just put it in whatever dish you're going to use to serve it. And then we're going to cover this and place this into the refrigerator for about 12 hours or so. You're wanting the flavors to come together and that cream cheese to harden back up a little. Now for the cocktail sauce layer. We've got some chili sauce, Worcestershire sauce, grated horseradish, lemon juice. Now, this is great to make ahead. You can make the cream cheese layer that we just made, this cocktail sauce layer, pop it into the fridge the night before, even maybe a couple days before, and then just assemble it whenever you're ready for your guests or your party. So to this bowl, I've added the chili sauce, I'm adding the Worcestershire, the horseradish, and the lemon juice. I'm going to stir it until it's combined really well. And at this point, you'll want to give this a taste and adjust it to your taste. If you want to add a little more horseradish, do so. If you want to add a little more lemon juice, it's your kitchen. Go for it. All right, so once I've got that mix, this is going to go into the fridge like I mentioned, and I'm going to chill it until I'm ready to assemble the dip. The last layer is the shrimp layer. So for the shrimp, you could use raw shrimp and cook it yourself, boil it, roast it, however you want to cook it. I got this salad shrimp from Food Line. It's already cooked. I knew I was going to chop the shrimp up anyway, so I didn't worry about getting like jumbo shrimp or anything. And then we're going to use some green onions to garnish. If, you know, one of your guests or family members don't like onions, you could of course just leave it out. Now, the recipe said to serve this with crackers. I know normally when we go out to eat and they serve like raw oysters with cocktail sauce or shrimp cocktail, they normally serve saltine crackers. So I set those out. I was going to use these Townhouse crackers, but I decided against it. I decided just to stick with the saltines, but use whatever crackers you prefer. You could also put out like some celery sticks or carrot sticks to dip in. I think that would be yummy. So to finish this up, what we're going to do is lay down that cocktail sauce layer on top of the cream cheese layer. We're then going to add our chopped shrimp, garnish it with the green onions, and then serve it with the crackers, or like I said, you could also do veggies. And this was yummy. This was pretty tasty. I would make this again. It was a nice little twist on just a regular shrimp cocktail. Next, I made Greek bruschetta or bruschetta. I'm not Italian, so I apologize if I mispronounce it. And I forgot to mention this, but I always have my recipes that I use or take inspiration from linked down in my description box below. So if you'd like to make anything, check down below and it'll be there. All right, so here's the ingredients that we're going to use to make this. You'll need a baguette slice. Now, I have these frozen baguettes that I get from Schwann's. They've been in my freezer. I really needed to use them up, so I'm going to use those. The recipe calls for cherry tomatoes, but I had Roma on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. We've got a cucumber, red onion, minced garlic, olive oil, red wine vinegar. The recipe also called for lemon juice. I didn't have any, so I skipped it. Salt and pepper. Hummus, use whatever flavor you prefer. I'm just using some roasted red pepper. That's my particular favorite. You'll need some feta cheese crumbles. And then the recipe called for fresh oregano and fresh mint. I didn't have any fresh, and my husband is kind of particular about what he likes mint in. So I just skipped the mint altogether, and I used dried oregano instead of the fresh because that's what I had on hand. Here is the Schwann's baguette. I just cooked it according to the package instructions, which was to bake it, I want to say, for like 13 or 15 minutes or so. Now, if you're using a baguette from like your grocery store or your bakery, more than likely you won't have to cook it like this. Just slice it up, place it into a preheated oven set at 350 degrees, and you'll bake it for just about 5 minutes until it's lightly toasted. To a mixing bowl, I'm going to add in my chopped up veggies. I've got my Roma tomatoes. Now, I mostly seeded them. I think I left a few seeds in, but it's just a personal preference. And then for the cucumber, if you're using an English cucumber, you don't have to worry about really seeding it or peeling it even. But I went ahead and removed most of the seeds and most of the peel. I'm going to add in the chopped up red onion, or purple onion. Looks purple to me. And then I'm going to give that a stir. Season to taste with the salt and pepper. Next, the oregano and red wine vinegar, and if you're using the lemon juice, you would also add that here. Next, I'm going to add in my olive oil. Use whatever you prefer. Quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by the Nashville Olive Oil Company. They have no clue who I am. I believe they have like 3 or 4 locations in the Nashville area. You can go to their website if you're interested, but again, not sponsored. I'm going to add in the minced garlic, give that a stir until it's combined really well, and then set that to the side so I can assemble. Now, I let the baguette slices cool slightly while I was making the topping. To the baguette slices, we're going to add the hummus and spread that out. Once we've done that, we're going to add some of the tomato cucumber mixture, top that on the hummus, and then we're going to sprinkle on some of the crumbled feta cheese. That's it. Now, if you like olives, I don't. I'm not an olive lover. My husband does. I should have added some olives for him, actually, thinking about it. But if you like olives, I think that would be yummy chopped on there as well. This was delicious. Both Gary and I really enjoyed this. It was a nice little take on like your typical bruschetta, but it was really yummy. Definitely make this again. Last but not least, gotta have a sweet treat, making a Christmas cookie dip. Here are the ingredients that we're going to use. Now, a quick note, I did have the recipe. I wasn't making this for a party or get together or anything, so I didn't need the full recipe. We've got some softened cream cheese, powdered sugar, sprinkles. You could use really whatever kind you want. I would suggest doing some kind of festive sprinkles, just for like a Christmas party. But Make this any time of the year. Use whatever kind of sprinkles you'd like. Some vanilla extract, and then the recipe called for heavy whipping cream that you whipped then into whipped cream, but it also said you could just use like Cool Whip, so I'm deciding to go the easy route and use some Cool Whip. To my mixing bowl, I'm going to add in my softened cream cheese, and just like I said with the shrimp cocktail dip, if you forget to leave it out to soften, take it out of the foil, that's important, pop it into the microwave on defrost for 7 to 10 seconds. I'm going to add in the vanilla extract, and then we're going to beat that until it's combined. You can use a spatula if you'd like. I just pulled out the hand mixer. Once we've got that combined, we're going to gradually add in the powdered sugar. Because I halved it, it was a total of 1 cup of powdered sugar, so I just did 4 quarter cup measurements. Once the powdered sugar has been incorporated thoroughly, we are going to fold in the whipped topping. Now, the whipped topping, want to make sure that that's thawed as well if you're using it. And then the recipe says at this point to add in some sprinkles and fold that in with it, but I'm skipping the sprinkles at this point. I'm just going to garnish it with it. So here's what the dip looked like when it was done, and you can serve this right away. Now for me, I decided to serve it with some fresh strawberries, fresh apple slices. I decided to do like Granny Smith apples because the dip is sweet enough, and then some pretzel twists, and I have these Christmas chessmen cookies. This dip was yummy. It was really good. Now I wasn't really sure about the pretzel twists with it, but that was actually my favorite dipper. That and the green apples were second. So I recommend you all give this a try. It was really easy to put together, and I did not realize until I was doing the voiceovers that out of all of these recipes, the only cooking that we did was toasting the baguette slices. So all of these recipes really are super quick, super easy. They're things that, like I said earlier, even if you're not comfortable in the kitchen, or you want to get your kiddos involved, these are great for that. So I hope you give them a try. Don't forget to check out Danielle's channel. Again, it'll be linked down in my description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.